Good Lord, what is happening in there?
A Maid Marian goes to video.
A Maid Marian goes to video. In this day and age, in this part of YouTube, miraculously coming back to life to do a rape journey, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
Fuck you, Seymour, you're fired. Go eat a piece of dried up dog shit, you bisexual prude pulp, and I know you're burning dead footsters in there.
Oh, fuck me.
Not in this lifetime, bitch.
Well, looks like someone let this cat out of the bag.
It's not easy being evil, and evil's what I be. Choke on it.
Hello fellow felons of the Speakonia community. I know it's been a while, but welcome to another edition of Bad Rap, the talk show that always breaks new ground when it comes to spreading butthurt and misery to YouTubers everywhere. And now for tonight's guest. If you've packed a pancake breakfast for your school lunch, then you'd better run for cover, cause this is one anti-Ashi administrator you don't want catching you in the hallway. His agenda for teaching foot fappers a painful lesson bears repeating, just like his restaurant business on the side. Yes, say hello to Springfield's #1 heel hater, Seymour Skinner. And now, on with the show.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can. Whoops, sorry folks, force of habit. But yes, it is yours truly, Seymour Skinner, the honorably biggest footophobe in all of Springfield and proud proprietor of the Poopy Food Products Steamed Hams. And yes, as my previous swagger implies, I have a huge butt fetish. I really love sexy smooth ass cheeks slapping against my scrotum as my love sausage pounds deeper into that crusty cornhole. Moreover, I myself have quite a bombshell of a commodity. That is my gluteus maximus. Oh yeah baby, my milkshake is the real thing, that brings all dem boys as well as girls to the yard, ha ha ha. And yes, I'm also a bisexual, by the way. In fact, the reason I fell for Edna Krabappel in the first place was because of that big juicy bubble butt. Aside from Edna though, I also had a huge crush on groundskeeper Willie, which is why I could never bring myself to terminating his literate sexy ass. Unfortunately, before I could confess my love for him, he had already joined up with some hotshot pimpin' group called the Portga Spectrals. Sure, he may be ripped like yesterday's homework, but nothing could ever top that sexy anus of his, wink. But now let's get down to business. As you may have guessed by now, I joined up with the anti-foot faction, mainly to do away with my literate archenemy Bar Simpson, who takes delight in torturing me with his pedal pranks every day. Rook, do you have any idea how hard it is to get clipped toenails out of your hair? I can still smell the foul stench every time there's a breeze. It's also the reason why the relationship between me and Edna couldn't last for very long, cause she was always trying to smear her feet in my face as opposed to giving me a Cleveland steamer. Despite all my years in Nam, nothing could have prepared me for the dreaded pork bun sandwich surprise, or a flapjack banana split. Rook. But enough about that, let's get on with some recent updates of the group. As you may have already guessed, I was the blanked out character who recruited Eric Raymond, better known as Slimeball Raymond, from Gem and the Holograms into the anti-foot faction during the events of the last video. Of course, we had to throw his old band the Misfits under the bus, since it was rumored that the band's leader Pizzazz was a closeted foot fapper. Currently Raymond is in the process of managing this band who call themselves Crash and the Creeps, who I hear plays anti-podophilic propaganda music that spreads a hypnotic trance that turns people into total footophobes. And that's the kind of message we need to spread to the younger demographic. Yes. I recruited Raymond into the group to replace our former member Mayor Krakow, who was also made a fellow principal for the Catholic Academy in France. We actually lost a great source of revenue since Krakow was re-swellenized by his fellow townspeople back in Australia, with the help of that damn Speakonia group the KQPP, led by my aforementioned ex-lover Edna. Supposedly some pink-haired elf in the group used her magic portal to whisk Krakow back to Bushtown, in order to get him back on the side of those shoe-sniffing bumpkins. Erg. But it's not just the KQPP that is giving us trouble at the moment, there's also our longtime rivals in the Ketchum clan, that podophiliac liberation group La Del Don, of whom was responsible for defeating Krakow and reclaiming Katic for their own, and even the groups in the Four Pimp Knights have been giving us problems lately. For example, one of our spies tells us that recently Buggy and his pimping pirates had just recruited the Orange Island gym leaders in the Pokemon universe as head pimps in the East Blue Equinox. That's right, all the Orange Islands in the Pokemon League are now East Blue territory. Rook. And if that's not bad enough, I hear there is also some SJW group called the Akumanjuru Magi clan, that consists of both warriors and civilians who are direct supporters of the Ketchum clan and their respective allies in the foot fetish community. As if it wasn't hard enough to drive our ashy adversaries out of the community without someone defending their ideologies. According to our intel, there is another Speakonia group, a prudish gang of fascists who call themselves the Dark Mares, who are dedicated to taking down the clan. The only thing that keeps us from becoming major allies with this group though, is the fact that they're also in league with those damn homophobes in the Elitist Alliance. Although I guess this hasn't stopped the metallic cats from picking and choosing which side they're on. Oh well, if the time ever comes to dispose of those tin can turncoats, we and the anti-foot faction like to do things the old-fashioned way. Anyways, as we speak our group is in the process of once again trying to put an end to podophilia, this time by trying to pit all the foot fapper groups and their allies against each other. But before we can go through with this task, we must first do away with the aforementioned podophilic political group the KQPP, so that their foolish pipe dream of bringing all the foot groups together in harmony never comes to pass. And now I just have one more little declaration to make. Edna Crabbable, for spurning my anal affections and stomping on my heart with your barefoot, you will feel the unholy wrath of my ass cheeks when I bury you in a river of diarrhea. And to my mortal enemy Bar Simpson, for making me the butt of your jokes and stealing the woman of my derriere dreams, detention will be the least of your worries when you feel the force of my raging hate boner plunge through your tender underage sphincter.
Yes. I believe I'll start as you've so often suggested by eating your shorts.
Watch your backside, Bar Simpson. Your anal innocence belongs to me. Well, thanks for listening, and be sure to support the anti-foot faction in the years to come come when we finally usher in the downfall of podophilia in the Speakonia community. Back to you, Zorak.
That was Principal Skinner, ladies and gentlemen. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Bad Rap. Until next time, I am your host Zorak saying, there are no bad decisions, just bad people.
Ha 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 ha, what a bunch of heel-hating noobs. That fool Skinner has no idea how in over his head he really is. Besides, once all the Speakonia treasures are found, there will be no stopping us. Soon the world will tremble at the glorious majesty of her one and only sexiness. Oh sweet my plan, who could be calling me on my vendinity at this hour? Yes. To whom do I owe the pleasure of this interruption of my brilliant plan?
Oh cut the crap, Kiro. It's just me, Father Dick Byrne. But anyways, you'll be interested to know that Bishop Brennan has been taken care of, surprisingly by an old associate of mine, hahaha.
Oh really? Well, how very convenient. I guess that saves me the trouble of having to assassinate him myself. Yes.
Yes, and now with him as well as Yogi Bear out of the picture, there is nothing standing in my way of becoming the next sickest fuck in the universe. All I need now is something to give me the edge to rape that East Blue Shemale Pimposka Shikonomi to death, and my rightful status will be in the bag, hahaha. Speaking of which, what progress have you made in finding those Speakonia treasures?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Father. It just so happens that I'd recently come across some new information you might be most interested in. Originally we thought there was only 4 treasures which were divided amongst the 4 Pink Knights, but one of Lady Santiago's recent capers has revealed that there are actually other treasures that are scattered across the Speakonia community. And amongst these newly uncovered treasures is an especially devious artifact, known as the Receptacle of Dominance. According to one of the ancient scrolls that Carmen and the Time Pilfer Lady brought back from their last raid journey, the Receptacle of Dominance can absorb the swellings from any Speakonia character, rendering them helpless. And in kind, whoever wields the receptacle can also take said purloined swellings and fuse it into their own and become more powerful. So surely someone like yourself, who is gunning for the title of sickest fuck in the universe, could use such a magical commodity to your advantage, ha ha ha.
A newly uncovered Speakonia treasure, you say? Ah yes, this Receptacle of Dominance you speak of may be just the thing I need to help me put that half-rice cracker down with the rest of the Euro trash. I must say, Kiro, when you got involved with those butthurt jokers I thought you were going off your rocker, but infiltrating the Carmen Collective and using them as pawns to find the treasures is turning out to be the swellest plan you've ever come up with.
Ha ha ha, but of course it is, Father. All my plans are brilliant, and don't you forget it.
Anyways, I'll let you get back to it. I must go and inform our glorious queen of your progress, which I'm sure will please her tremendously, as if we were giving her a swell sexy time. Toodaloo for now.
Yes, Father, you do that. Yes, it'll do. These butthurt spreading miscreants know that I've been using the Mars and enter my swell means this whole time. Earlier when I said the world will tremble to her one and only sexiness, I was of course referring to our glorious queen, the illustrious Usagi Black Lady Skinno, malicious matriarch of the Usagi United, and future ruler of the Speakonia community. Once we swipe the Gem of Establishment and the Tome of Forbidden Swells from the 4 Pink Knights, and collect all the remaining treasures, including the newly uncovered Receptacle of Dominance, our beloved crowned head will make her dark ambition a surefire reality. And all the Speakonia groups, even the legendary Barney Bunch, will be bowing down to her overwhelming swellosity. Prepare yourselves, YouTubers, the new age of Speakonia is about to begin, ha ha ha.
Make that was tender underage Darcy Old Swell.
Well, I hope my little brother provided a swell warm-up for whatever you and your friends hope to accomplish on your little trip overseas. Oh, and speak of the devil, here comes your ship to Japan right now.
Okay, tell me again why we are going back home by sea rather than on a plane?
Oh, trust me, TK, if you'd seen the episode where I was on a plane, you wouldn't even ask. Besides, I heard this particular cruise provides free beverages, and that should keep you-know-who out of trouble.
Drink!
Yes, Jack, there is plenty of drink on the ship, so let's get going.
Oh, yes!
Hi, it's time to return home to the land of the rising sun and help Father Ted perform his second task of reaching the status of sick fuck deity.
But first we need to get him ready not just physically but also mentally for this next task. Here, Father Ted, when we get on the ship I want you to use my Digivice and call this number.
What's this? The Foot Fappers hotline?
Run!